Welcome to the Journal podcast from the Chartered Insurance Institute, a place for thought-provoking discussion from the world of insurance and beyond. Hi, I'm Matt Connell, Director of Policy and Public Affairs for the CII Group. In today's podcast, we're discussing the CII's New Generation Programme, which is currently accepting applications for the 2025 to 2026 cohort, and for the first time, this includes PFS members. I'm joined by PFS President Carla Brown and a member of the current programme, Sam Taylor. Hello to you both.
Hi Matt, thanks for having me.
Hi Matt, thanks for the invite.
Not at all. Thanks for joining us on the podcast today. I'll start by giving our listeners a quick overview of the New Generation Programme. It's a programme for people typically who have achieved diploma status and above, and who want a challenge that will introduce them to some of the wider strategic and public policy issues facing our profession, as well as building their network in the process. It includes several learning experiences, such as days interacting with regulators and parliamentarians, a session on strategic planning, and training on how to give presentations and interact with media professionals. It also consists of a project which lasts around a year on a public interest topic chosen by the New Generation groups themselves. So, after all that, Sam, you're currently on the programme. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience and the project your group is working on?
Thanks, Matt. Yes, the New Generation Programme has been an incredible experience, both for me and the others in my team. I was excited to join the course this past September, and the course is structured in a way that you definitely get out what you put into it. I'm fortunate enough to be in a team of dedicated and knowledgeable brokers who are passionate about the insurance industry, and this led to some brilliant brainstorming sessions when we were first discussing potential project topics. The topic we decided to focus on was to help neurodiverse individuals within the insurance industry. We identified, both through our research and also through colleagues confiding in us, that while there is awareness around neurodiversity, the support could be limited, especially at smaller brokerages without extensive HR networks. We're excited to be shortly launching our toolkit on the CII website, which will provide an array of free resources to businesses, hiring managers, and neurodiverse individuals. These resources will assist with removing potential barriers to entry within the hiring process, inform businesses what reasonable adjustments may need to be made to assist neurodiverse employees, and we are hopeful to launch a mentoring program as part of this focused on the topic, which will provide a platform for neurodiverse people to discuss their lived experience and coach business leaders on what steps they could take to make their office as inclusive as possible.
That's a really outstanding project, and there's so many different aspects to it. How on earth did you talk to all the experts, make all the introductions needed to do so much?
Thankfully, we're part of a committed team that we come from quite a varied background, whether that's big global brokerages or smaller independents. So we've all had quite different experiences, and this has meant that we've been able to engage with business leaders and our own internal HR departments. There are various charities such as GAIN who engage with the insurance industry around the topic of neurodiversity, and then reaching out further afield to other industries that maybe have similar platform and toolkits that support their industry, but we're not seeing that within the insurance industry. So it's through a matter of research and conversations, and we've been thankful that everyone we've spoken to has engaged with us and wanted to see this project succeed.
That's absolutely fantastic. So if you can think all the way back to last year, and indeed before that, because I think you applied more than once. When you were applying, was there a particular motivation that made you want to be part of the programme?
Yes, I mean, I first applied for the programme back in the summer of 2022 after it caught my attention due to the numerous unique opportunities it provided. You touched upon it earlier, Matt. The events such as Meet the Regulator and the trips to Parliament means this programme is unparalleled in the insurance industry for the opportunities it provides the young professionals. While I wasn't successful with my initial application, I identified the programme as something that would assist with my professional development, and with the support of my employer, Jenston, was able to get further opportunities to enhance my application and to make sure I made the most of the opportunity when I was offered a place.
Fantastic. And you mentioned the parliamentary day and the regulatory day. Did that meet up with your expectations? Did you regret meeting your heroes, or was it a good experience?
No, I mean, it massively surpassed all my expectations, really. You don't just have a tour of Parliament, you truly see the inner workings, where we've been so fortunate that we've got an MP in Lauren Edwards who's so engaging with the CII and the New Gen programme. So we've had some brilliant talks. Getting to present to her as well as part of the APPG event last week was a particular career highlight for me.
Brilliant. So Carla, having heard all of that, can you give us your take on why the New Generation Programme stands out from other development opportunities?
I think the New Generation Programme is something really special, isn't it? What makes it stand out is the way it combines leadership development, you've got cross-sector collaboration, and you've got real-world impact. You've got participants not just sitting in a room talking about theory, they're actually getting out there and working on live issues, which I think is really valuable experience. They're engaging directly with regulators, with senior leaders. They're helping to build solutions that can really make a difference to our profession, which I think is so important and great experience. I think it's actually one of the very few programs that you see that combines technical expertise, personal growth, and that wider professional influence. And it all comes together in a really kind of practical and inspiring way.
I definitely agree, Carla. I think you touch upon something interesting there as well, where we all have that experience of sitting around in the office, having a coffee and discussing what various gripes you have with your industry. And within your office, you're not able to wave a magic wand and change it. But this program provides that platform for you to engage with people on that macro level, whether that's the business leaders, both in your company and the wider market, the CII directly and other trade associations, to really look to make a difference to benefit this industry we all work in.
And that's a brilliant opportunity, isn't it, to gain that experience, that real hands-on experience and make a difference.
And then it really does make a difference. I know at the CII, there's been projects from 6 or 7 years ago on things as diverse as vulnerability and claims handling from right this way back in the early 2010s. And we still go back to that work for insight. And if we get contacted for press comment, or if a new issue comes up, often we go back to all those projects for current comment, current insight, really to push the issues forward even 7 or 8 years later. Carla, under your presidency this year, applications have been opened to Personal Finance Society members for the first time. Could you tell us a little bit why you think that's an important step and how it supports talent development across the personal finance professions?
Well, I think this is a brilliant and long overdue step. As president of the PFS, as you know, my theme for the year is education. I think this is a great way to develop people's education. So I'm absolutely delighted that our PFS members now have the opportunity to be part of the New Generation Programme, because financial planning is a vital part of the wider financial services profession. And so opening this up to the PFS helps break down silos, it encourages shared learning across the disciplines, and it sends out a really clear message to the future leaders in planning that they are seen, they are valued, and they've got a voice in helping to shape the future of the sector. So I think it's really important, and it's great to see that it's now open to the PFS.
That's brilliant. And I guess, to some extent across financial planning, because it is mainly smaller firms across the entire country, getting in touch with the regulator, for example, that might not be something that people get the chance to do, I guess, compared to, say, a huge insurance company based in the Southeast.
Definitely. And I've seen the programme for the cohort and it looks fantastic. There's so many opportunities in there to get in front of people that you just wouldn't come across in your day job normally. To have the opportunity to have conversations with these policymakers, the regulators, the parliamentary candidates and what have you. It's a real opportunity to help shape the future of financial planning.
I think you both hit the nail on the head there, that it doesn't matter where you are in the country. It is so spread in terms of like our group. We've got people from Newcastle to Newport. We've got them from Norfolk to Manchester. And then I'm based in Bristol myself. We truly are the length and breadth of the country. And chances are we probably wouldn't have met had it not been for the programme. But it's allowed us all to get together and form a close-knit community as well and support each other, both with the project, but also with other day-to-day role requirements, whether that's looking for promotions or talking about your CII exam journey as well.
Absolutely. And, every year we do have a couple of new gens who don't make it all the way through precisely because the new gen helped them get a promotion or a new job. And then the promotion and the new job sort of takes over. But that's all grist to the mill. That's all good stuff. That's what it's all about. Sam, finally, can you pick out maybe one or two of the highlights of the programme so far? Or maybe even one or two of your frustrations of the programme so far?
I mean, there've been a number of great moments on the programme. Obviously, being on this podcast is one of them. But my personal highlight was being invited to present to the APPG for Financial Services and Insurance recently in Parliament. As I mentioned earlier, I'd studied politics in uni, and that opportunity was not something that I ever thought I'd get. And so it's a true career highlight. I'm sure the other major highlight as well will be once our toolkit is launched and live on the CII website, and even just one person benefits from our hard work, it'll all be worth it.
Fantastic. And just to round off, I'd like to ask you both to think of someone in your network who you might recommend the program to and what reasons you might give them for joining the program. Carla, I wondered if I could start with you.
So I've already recommended this to people in my network, wholeheartedly suggest they put an application in, because I think it's ideal for people who want to go beyond the day job. If they're curious, if they're ambitious, if they want to make a difference. So, whether you're insurance or financial planning, this program is going to challenge your thinking. It's going to expand your network. You're going to meet people that you wouldn't normally have access to. And also, you're going to be able to speak to some of the best minds in the profession. So for me, it's a brilliant stepping stone for those that are ready to grow, but not just in the technical skills, but also looking to grow in confidence, in leadership skills and in influence. So it's a brilliant opportunity.
Fantastic. And I think some of those recommendations must have hit home because we've already got a really, really impressive showing from personal finance professions, but we still want many more. So keep on applying. Sam, can I turn to you? What would you say to recommend someone to the program?
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, and I'm sure this is something others on the program will echo as well, it's widely respected within the industry and provides you with a platform and opportunity to engage with a variety of people who you may not have a chance to previously. It's just such a brilliant opportunity, and the mentors as well have been so supportive both with our project, but also with building our careers as a whole. It's just been such a great opportunity, and I've recommended it to countless people in my network, and I will continue to, because to be frank, there's quite literally nothing that comes close to the opportunities that the program provides you.
Fantastic. Well, some of the things we've heard similarly from members of the New General Programme going back to when it began in 2011. Just finally, Carla, is there anything you'd say to PFS members who might be unsure about whether it's for them?
Well, first of all, I would say, Matt, it's great to hear we've had so many applicants so far. But if anybody is thinking about applying, I would say don't rule yourself out. If you don't apply, you're never going to have the opportunity. You don't need to be in a management role. You don't need to have decades of experience. But what you do need, you need to have curiosity. You need to be of a collaborative mindset, but you also need to really have a willingness to step outside your comfort zone, as I'm sure Sam will attest. The program's really about potential, not polish. We don't expect you to be the finished article already. But if you do care about the future of financial planning and want to be part of shaping it, then I would strongly encourage you to apply.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Carla and Sam, for joining us on the podcast today. It was really wonderful to get your views on the New Generation Programme and why members should consider applying. Applications are open until the 18th of August. And to find out more, visit www.cii.co.uk/newgen. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Journal Podcast. You can find useful links on the show notes and related articles on the Journal website, along with further podcasts. Please like, review, and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.